Hello students. So welcome to topic number 21 of class 12 Pole Science Arts, and the name of today's topic is the emergence of two power blocks, and it's from chapter number 1 of part 1 book, that is Contemporary World Politics, and the name of the chapter is Cold War and Non-Aligned Movement. So we will start with this topic, which is the emergence of two power blocks. Two power blocks means two countries that were heading or that were described as the superpowers, that is the United States and the Soviet Union, which is also known as the USSR. Clear? So starting with this, the two superpowers were keen on expanding their spheres of influence in different parts of the world. That means what? These two superpowers, namely the US and the Soviet Union, were very keen on expanding their spheres of influence. That means they wanted to increase their area in terms of what? To show the power. And in order to do this and in order to show the powers, they were trying to make the smaller countries their friends or the allies. Clear? In a world sharply divided between the two alliance systems, a state was supposed to remain tied to its protective superpower to limit the influence of the other superpower and its allies. So in order to create their influence in order to show that the US and USSR are superpowers, they were trying to what? They were trying to involve or include the other countries or the other smaller countries of the world to their side. The US were trying to include the smaller countries to their side, whereas the USSR or the Soviet Union were also trying to do the same. So, and in return what happened? The smaller countries also wanted to be in one of the alliance system, or they wanted to be with one of the superpowers, maybe that of US also, or maybe that of USSR also. So why they were supposed to remain in that alliance system or with the one of the superpowers? Suppose if a country is involved or it becomes an alliance of the US, suppose, so it will be benefited, it will give benefit to whom? The country itself. And what it will give benefits? Actually it will give a protection. Suppose a country is with United States, and if it comes with the alliance of United States, then that country can be sure that the other alliance or the other superpowers, which is the Soviet Union, cannot attack that smaller countries because it is with the United States of America. Now moving on to the next line, that is the smaller states in the alliance used the link to the superpowers for their own purposes. That means what? The smaller states, whoever were coming to made an alliance or they were doing friendship with any of the superpowers, were coming for what? For their own purposes. That means for their own benefit, the smaller countries were making friendship with that one of the superpowers. They got the promise of protection of weapons. They got the promise of protection, weapons and economic aid against their local rivals, mostly regional neighbors with whom they had rivalries. That means what? The smaller states, of course, they came for their own benefit. And what are the three benefits they got actually by coming to an alliance system with either the US or the USSR? They got what? First thing they got was the promise of protection. That means other countries or other superpower cannot attack them because they were an alliance system with one of the two superpowers. So in lieu of that, in place of that, they got the promise of protection. Clear? This was the number one benefit. The number two benefit was the weapons. Whatever the weapons they wanted, they got it from the superpowers because they were in a friendship or alliance system with them. And number third is economic aid against their local rivals. And they got thirdly what? The most important thing, that is the economic help. Financial help also they received from the superpower. Clear? Now, the alliance system led by the two superpowers therefore threatened to divide the entire world into two camps. Now, whatever the system was going on of making alliance with the smaller countries, suppose think that USA and USSR was very keen on making their alliance very fastly. The US was also doing the same thing, whereas the USSR was also doing the same thing. And this system, as it was going, it was looking like the world will be divided into two parts. That means what? The superpower, the first superpower headed by the US will make half of the world into their side, whereas the USSR will also made the half of the world by including the other countries of the world to their side. So this will create what? This will divide the entire world into two camps, as you can see. Clear? So this division most first happened in Europe. So where did this started actually? It started firstly in Europe. First of all, short question might come that where was actually the division, or you can say where did the US and USSR firstly began their division method under which they were making alliance of the smaller countries, and that happened first in Europe. So most countries of Western Europe sided with the US and those of Eastern Europe joined the Soviet camp. Clear? So as it started in Europe, most of the countries of Western Europe sided with whom? The US. That means what? That Western Europe, the whole of Western Europe came with the alliance of US. Clear? Whereas those of the Eastern Europe joined the Soviet camp. Now clear? As it started in Europe, the Western Europe, the whole of Western Europe came with the US. That means US was heading and Western Europe countries, Western European countries were with them. And whereas the Soviet Union was heading and whole of the Eastern Europe were in the Soviet camp. So that is why these were also called the Western and Eastern Alliance. Clear? So that is the reason that these were also called the Western and Eastern Alliances. That means Western Alliance will be headed by whom? The US. And the reason for naming them Western Alliance is the reason that all the Western European countries, or the part of all Western European countries were with the US. So the US were known as the Western Alliance, whereas the Soviet Union or the USSR were known as Eastern Alliance, for the reason that all of the Eastern European countries made alliances with the Soviet Union. So remember this. USA will be known as Western Alliance and Soviet Union will be known as Eastern Alliance. Clear? Now we will move on to the next topic and we will try to understand this map afterwards, after completing the other topic. Clear? Now, the Western Alliance was formalized into an organization, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, that is NATO, which came into existence in April 1949. Clear? The Western Alliance was headed by USA and that formed an organization called NATO. Remember, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which came into existence in April 1949. In the year 1949 and in the month of April, the Western Alliance first, they created an organization named as NATO. It was an association of 12 states which declared that armed attack on any one of them in Europe or North America would be regarded as an attack on all of them. So, what was the motive of creating this organization? That the main motive behind this was that as it was an association of 12 states and they declared what? that armed attack on any one of them in Europe or North America would be regarded as an attack on all of them. So as they were 12 in all, so anyone, if the Soviet Union attacks any one of them out of 12, so the other 11 will treat or will think that attack on any one of them will be treated as attack on all of them. Clear? So each of these states would be obliged to help the other, and in return what will be the terms and condition? That all the 12 states will help each other. The Eastern Alliance, known as the Warsaw Pact, was led by Soviet Union. It was created in 1955 and its principal function was to counter NATO's forces in Europe. So after that, the Western Alliance headed by USA created this North Atlantic Treaty Organization. After that, what happened? The Eastern Alliance headed by the Soviet Union also formed an organization which was known as the Warsaw Pact. Clear? And it was created in the year 1955, and its principal function was to counter what? The NATO's forces in Europe. Clear? So rewinding once more, the Western Alliance formed North Atlantic Treaty Organization in 1949. So it was an association of 12 states, and under them what were the functions actually? What was the motive? That they called that out of 12 states, if any one of the states is being attacked by the opponent or the opposition country, that attack will be treated as what? That attack will be treated as attack on all of them. That means any country of Europe or North America, that would be treated as the attack on all of them. And after that, what was the second terms and condition? That each of these states would be obliged to help each other. These were the two motives behind creating NATO. After that, after seeing this, the Eastern Alliance also formed an organization which was known as the Warsaw Pact. And its function was what? To stop the NATO, or like to counter the NATO's forces in Europe. What if the NATO forces come and attack the Soviet Union and its allies or the Eastern Alliance? They will do what? They will counter. They will defend the NATO forces in Europe especially. Clear? So after this, international alliances during the Cold War era were determined by the requirements of superpowers and the calculations of the smaller states. So whatever the alliances were there, the Western and Eastern alliances, they started calculating the number of smaller states. Suppose the USA, for example, if they have been successful in bringing 20 smaller countries to their alliance, then USSR also was doing the same. They were calculating that as much as more states can come to their respective alliances. Clear? As noted above, Europe became the main arena of conflict between the two superpowers. In some cases, the superpowers used their military power to bring the countries into their respective alliances. So after that, what happened? The main focus or the main area of conflict between the superpowers were in the place called Europe, and in some cases superpowers used their military power also to bring countries into their respective alliances. After this, the Soviet intervention in Eastern Europe provides an example. And what was the one example? One sentence was written that they were even using their military powers. And the example of using military power was what? The Soviet Union with their alliances, or the Eastern Alliance were in Eastern Europe, were using their military powers in order to make the alliances of smaller countries. After this, the Soviet Union used its influence in Eastern Europe, backed by very large presence of its armies in the countries of the region, to ensure that eastern half of Europe remained within its sphere of influence. And in order to, as we know that the Eastern European was making an alliance, was having an alliance with the Soviet Union. So the Soviet Union also made sure that with the help of armies and by bringing the armies, they wanted to assure that that eastern half of Europe always remained in their or under their influence. That means what? The USA cannot move the countries of the Eastern Europe to their side. For this reason, they wanted that the eastern half at least should be or should remain within the Eastern Alliance. After this, in East and Southeast Asia and in West Asia, that is Middle East, the United States built an alliance system called the SEATO, that means Southeast Asian Treaty Organization, and the CENTO, that means Central Treaty Organization. Clear? As the US were making sure that the Eastern Europe remains within themselves, within the influence of Soviet Union, in the meantime, what the United States were doing? In East and Southeast Asia and in West Asia, remember, in East and Southeast Asia and in West Asia, that is the Middle East, three places, the United States built an alliance system called what? The SEATO and the CENTO. SEATO stands for what? The Southeast Asian Treaty Organization, and CENTO stands for Central Treaty Organization. They built an alliance system in these three places and named this alliance system as SEATO and CENTO. Clear? After NATO, they built an alliance system out of Europe. Where was the place? That out of Europe, the place now they were making alliance was East and Southeast Asia and in West Asia, that is known as also as Middle East. This was done by the United States, and you can say this as the Western Alliance. After this, the Soviet Union and Communist China responded by having close relationship with regional countries such as North Vietnam, North Korea and Iraq. After this, the Soviet Union will not be having a mum after looking this that the United States have already built an alliance system in the Middle East and Southeast. So after looking at this scenario, the Soviet Union and Communist China together, what they did, they also started having builded the close relationship with some of the regional countries. They started having close relations. They started building close relations with some of the regional countries of the other parts of the world, or of the countries belong to other parts of the world other than Europe, and they built this close relationship with countries like North Vietnam, North Korea and Iraq. Remember, after Warsaw Pact, they established close relation with countries like North Vietnam, North Korea and Iraq. Remember this. Clear? So today we will conclude here only, up to here, that apart from Warsaw Pact, they developed relation with North Vietnam, North Korea and Iraq. We will conclude here only. So quickly revising what we have learned today, we started from two alliance system, that is of US and the Soviet Union. Then we read about smaller states aligning to any of the superpowers, how the smaller states and for what reason they came actually. After that, what were the promises, what were the benefits that the smaller states were getting? If you remember, they were getting protection along with that weapons and economic aids also. After that, we learned about the Western Alliance and the Eastern Alliance. That means Western Europe was with US, they were known as Western Alliance, and Eastern Europe was with Soviet Union, they were known as Eastern Alliance. After that, we read about the NATO, which came into being in 1949, and after that the Eastern Alliance also formed an organization known as the Warsaw Pact. Clear? And out of the Europe, these two alliances moved for having more countries into their side, and in this way we have seen that these two alliances build an alliance named as SEATO and CENTO, that was done by the United States of Western Alliance, and the Soviet Union also was not lagging behind. They also, with Communist China, started building close relationship with North Vietnam, North Korea and Iran. Clear? So I hope that whatever the topic we have read today, it is now very much clear to you. And with this, I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.